Guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing very well. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a game I've never covered before. And this game is actually something I've been playing a lot. It is a gacha game. And when I do mean a lot, I mean like, yeah, my hours played is nearly 2K. But of course, many things happen. But anyway, so this is a complete guide for beginners when it comes to this game. There is so many questions when it comes to this game and what things actually do, and I'm going to explain all of it to you. Now, something that I'm going to get out of the way just from the get-go is attribute trees is a new thing that was added in about 3 weeks ago, I think, or a month ago. I'm not entirely sure. However, I do know that this is a relatively simple system. You get resources through grinding, and then you just go and upgrade this as you go along. So I'm not going to be covering that in this video. What I'm going to be covering is number 1, how to get soul orbs. Number 2, how to identify what makes a character good. I've been seeing a lot of people ask on Reddit and, well, in general, what characters are good, which characters to spin for, etc, etc. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to identify which characters are good, and also how to identify what type of character it is. Recent years, characters have changed quite a bit, so characters are a little bit more specialized in what they do, etc, etc. So I'm going to be covering that as well, and also I'm going to be covering a very crucial system that is the achievement system. It is very important, especially if you're just starting out the game, because this will actually give you resources just by doing not even doing, but just spending 5 tickets a day. You will get a hell of a lot of resources. So let's get into it. So first of all, soul orbs. The bread and butter. This is what the game revolves around, like any gacha currency. Soul orbs is a resource that you can semi, quote-unquote, farm in this game. You can't really farm it, but there is a lot that you can do to actually get soul orbs. So let me show you guys this real quick. So soul orbs you use to, of course, do your banner spins, your pulls. Don't really care what you call it, but yeah, you can pull in banners, premium banners, etc, etc. So every single banner, it either starts at 150 or 50, depending on the type of banner it is. Sometimes it will start at 50 if it's, you know, generous, etc, etc. So it actually gets more expensive, and then it resets back to the original amount. But sometimes you get some free banners like this one. And I'm going to tell you now the rates. It says it's equal rates to the other ones. It really isn't. If you get something out of it, consider yourself very lucky. I've not been very lucky at all with these banners. So that is what you use your soul orbs for. Literally that. You also use your soul orbs for buying tickets. This is especially crucial in the beginning of the game when you need to grind to get your account up to a good level. So let's quickly get into this. So a easy way to get soul orbs when you're just starting out the game. Go to your story. Give me a second, actually. I need to sell some things because apparently my roster is full. Is it full? Yeah, it is. Only slightly though. Okay. Let me just clear this out real quick. Give me a second. Okay, I cleared up my roster a little bit. Something that I forgot to mention is I'm going to be going over how to upgrade characters as well, step by step. There's going to be no cuts further than this that I just did, because I let you just solve my stuff, my duplicate characters. So anyways, so the way you actually get orbs in this game is by doing missions you haven't cleared yet. So you will see here I have actually not done these. This one I haven't done. As you can see, the stars are empty. If you have done a mission before, you will see it is actually a free star. That is if you cleared all the conditions for it. So you will see if you actually click on a mission, there will be conditions on the side. Now, every single one of these increases the amount of soul orbs you gain. However, each of these stars will only award orbs once. You cannot farm a mission infinitely to get infinite orbs. It's a one-time, bam, you're done. So there's actually quite a few missions in this game. Don't think there's not a lot of them, because there's a hell of a lot of missions, and each and every single one of these parts have a lot of missions you can do. So this is going to be your initial way to get soul orbs. If you're on PC and you can do a macro, you know, go for it. That will help you out tremendously. But yeah, macros is frowned upon. It's just, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever. If you want to use it, go ahead, just don't be public about it. Okay, so that is your first place that you're going to be getting your orbs from. Then, of course, there's also sub-stories, which is, I want to say filler. Basically, it's filler versions or filler episodes, essentially, from the Bleach anime, where you are just doing some random thing like the swimsuit adventures, etc., etc. Now, these also, once again, when you clear a mission, there's going to be stars at it, and these stars will award you soul orbs. Now, also, what you will get is you will get some new characters. So if I click here, since I haven't done this one yet, you will see that in the reward pool for these, there's characters as well. Now, mostly, when it comes to these characters, they aren't usually available anywhere else. Like this Rangiku probably isn't available anywhere else. This 4-star Rangiku. So if I get her, she's a new character that I can also level up. So what does that mean? Well, for any character that you haven't leveled up yet, in other words, let me show you guys real quick. Let me go to my roster. So these are all characters I've leveled up. As you will see, they are actually, let me go to the 4 stars. 4-star, thank you. Anyways, they're already maxed out. How do I know that? Well, it's easy because there's a medallion at the top right of the character. So these characters I have already maxed out. There's no further use of me actually leveling up any duplicates of them due to the fact that I'm not going to get anything for it. Now, every single character in this game has one basically chance, not chance, but it rewards you once for leveling and maxing them out. And I will show you the characters real quick. It's in the album, if I can remember where the hell it is. They moved stuff around, so yeah, here we go. So all of these characters, it is 2,459 characters will award you for leveling them up. Now, that does include 5 stars, 6 stars, 6-star resurrections. It also includes 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, and even 1 stars. Now, of course, according to rarity, you will get more or less soul orbs for maxing them out. So let's say, for instance, I do a 5-star, you will get 50 soul orbs for getting them to level 1. And then you will get 75 soul orbs for getting the 6-star to level 150. A level 1-star character, I can't even remember how much it gives. I think 5. A 2-star gives 10, I think. 3-star gives 20, I want to say. And then a 4-star gives 40. I can't remember exactly. However, it is rather low, but it does help. Every single bit of soul orbs in this game helps. Now, just to put it out there, you can't get like 50k soul orbs by leveling up all the characters. It's not going to happen. You're going to get at most, I think, like 24, 23 if you are early on and you're leveling all the characters that you get. Now, let me show you guys something real quick. When I am talking about leveling characters, there's a few things that I want to go over. As you can see here, I already did max out this Ichigo. I have this Ichigo. I'll show you guys in a second. So, as you can see here, this Ichigo, he's a 5-star level 19. Okay, there's actually no good reason financially and resourcefully, that's the word I was looking for, to level him up. Okay, but there's a few other things that revolves around that, but I'll get into that later. But here you can see I also have him here. So this is the exact same guy. However, this counts as 2 separate units. The 5-star Ichigo is not the same as the 6-star Ichigo, and this one is resurrected as well. So some units, like let's say, once again, this Ichigo, once you max out his level 5 and you awaken him, and he goes to level 6, then you get another 75 soul orbs, so getting him to level 150. And then if you get him to 200, there's certain characters in the game that's old enough that you can actually resurrect them. And that is actually shown by the Rosy, Red, Silver. I'm just going to call it Silver Stars. So as you can see, the Lilionette over here, she is not a resurrectable character, and she just has gold stars. However, next to her, there is Riruka, and she has silver stars because she's a resurrectable character. So they are very, very good for soul orbs and also for linking, but I'll get into that later. So that is how you get orbs in this game. And of course, dailies, weeklies, guild missions, please do your guild missions. Guild missions are a very good way to get orbs. And of course, just orders, event orders and stuff like that also give orbs. Now let's quickly go over how to level up a character. So this Kuruchi, I got her about 3 weeks ago, can't remember exactly, but let's go over how to level up. So first of all, you're going to want to power up. You're going to click on the option power up. Then from here, if you have enough resources, you can click on Soul Tree, click on level, and click on Ascension. Now this is a shortcut way to do it. If you don't have enough resources, it will use however many it can and get you to the max level it can with your given resources. Okay, then you're going to click confirm. Now as you can see here, I have a duplicate of her, but I'm not going to be using that. So if you want to, and you want to take the long way around, the Ascension, this last button here, is basically fodder. We call it fodder units. So you will see the character right now, if I just do the normal soul tree and levels, I will only be able to get it to level 80. Okay, so the Ascension is essentially another extra 20 levels that this character can gain in total for these 4 slots here. Now if you go into Ascension, click confirm, you're going to be prompted to select characters. Now you can use any which characters, but as you can see, the bar is slowly filling up. And once I actually fill up the bar, there you go. You see, one of those 4 slots actually is filled. So if I click confirm, her max level is going to go from 80 to 85. As you can see there. So now she can go up to level 85 if I press on power up and level. As you can see. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys also where to farm all the resources. Do not worry about that for now. Let's just focus on actually leveling up this character. Okay. So now she's level 85. However, if you want to streamline this process, you can always click on Ascension and a level. You can press multi-select, then 4-star or lower, level 1 only, and with a badge. Okay, so basically what this means is badge only means it will only use characters that you have maxed out before. In other words, characters that you cannot profit from whatsoever, from actually, you know, leveling them up and getting their soul orbs. So that is the way you do that. If you want to use all the characters, doesn't matter if you have profited from them before or not, you press all. But badge only is the only correct answer here, to be honest. And of course level 1 only, because if you press all, it's going to take, you know, maybe a little 70 character or 80 character that you wanted to keep. So there. And now we'll auto select all of these characters for me, because once again I have maxed them out before previously, and well, they're just fodder units. This is exactly what we call a fodder unit. I'm going to click confirm. It's going to basically prompt me to say yes. It was going to show me exactly everything I'm going to use, XP crystals, etc., how much it's going to cost, and I'm going to say power up. Okay, so now the 5-star is maxed out, and in this state, yeah, she's going to be strong enough to do the first couple of missions, no problem. Okay, however, we want her to be stronger. So the next stop after all these things, after leveling her to level 100, as she is a 5-star, 5-stars can only go to level 100. Golden 5-stars, let me put that out. Golden 5-stars can only go to 100, and you'll see why I mean golden 5-stars. Now we're going to say evolve. Okay, it's going to use Hogyoku's, yeah, there you go. And this is also a farmable resource. I'll show you guys where to get that as well. Now she's a 6-star. As you can see, she is much weaker than a 5-star counterpart at base level, and that's just because it is what it is. Now, the thing is, you're gonna want to, first of all, come here to set her bonus ability. Okay, the game will recommend you a bonus ability, and if you really just don't want to focus or want to learn exactly how to identify what type of character it is, then you can just use the recommendation. It's pretty accurate, to be honest. I've only found like 1 or 2 characters where it was not accurate whatsoever. So yeah, there you go. So you want to set her bonus ability. Now, there's another thing you guys can do. Let's say you have 2 of these characters, and you leveled one of them up to a 5-star, now a 6-star, or from a 5-star to a 6-star. You can press on augment, And then you can actually put in your duplicate card. As you can see here, this is all locked. Okay, so this is called Ascension, I think it's called Ascension. I can't remember. It's Transcendence or Ascension. Inheritance? I can't remember. Doesn't matter what it's called, okay? The fact of the matter is that you can use a duplicate card to unlock a different slot. So we're gonna put her into her. Don't worry, this one is 5-star. She's maxed out, as you guys can see, with the medal. Doesn't matter. She has no use further for us, other than to be inserted into this character. Oh, it's Transcendence. There you go. Anyways, so now we have another slot that we can do. And we're going to put in Focus. Once again, it's a recommended. It's pretty accurate. Now, these increase your stats. Okay, now this is a poor example because I have some different things that boost that as well. But your first level of it is going to be plus 50 attack and then plus 100 focus. You can also upgrade these, but we'll go into that in a different video. I think I will do an advanced video for getting a character to max level or max transcendence and everything. So she's quite a bit stronger than she was a moment ago. Now we're going to want to repeat the process of leveling her up by going into power up, soul tree, level, and ascension. Confirm. We're going to be auto selecting once again, due to the fact that I just have all of these characters as dupes from just free spins and events and etc, etc. So we're going to be using all of them. Then what's going to happen is it's going to prompt me to power up. It's going to show me exactly everything I'm going to use, all these crystals, everything. It's really easy to get, don't worry, it's not impossible to get these or possibly complex. We're going to power her up. Okay, now she's going to be 150. And you can see she has a badge for 150. However, these characters, a 6-star character, can be released from 150. This will use Hogyoku Wills. They're a little bit more scarce than other resources in the game, but you do get quite a bit of them if you just farm for other materials. So we're going to say yes. And now her level cap is going to go from 150 to 200. Now we can say soul tree again and level up again. We're going to confirm it. And now it's going to be using a different resource once again. This is called droplets. Okay, so I'll show you guys where to farm that as well. It's going to prompt me. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to use the coin for it. And now she's level 200. She's completely maxed out, as you will see with this little medallion over here. It's a different medallion as before. The other one was a gold medallion in a circle shape. This one is a blue, purple, pink. Not sure, colorblind. But yeah, you guys can see it's quite a bit different. So that does mean that she is completely maxed out in terms of her levels in a soul tree. See how that is quite different than the other one. Okay, so she is basically done when it comes to her normal leveling, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that in a second. But first, I'm pretty sure you guys are curious where to farm all of these resources. Well, you are in luck. Pretty recently, I would say a month and a half, 2 months ago. Yeah, that's recent for this game, by the way. So they actually changed up where you farm for materials. And so like I said, everything that you guys will possibly need for leveling any character in this game can be found via this menu here. So let me show you guys. You go into solo, you go to power up quests. It's really that simple. So if you go into here, you will see there is multiple selections. If you want fodder units to use as fuel for your characters, you use the Yukio Ascension character quest. These will net you 80 characters for every 10 tickets you spend. So it's 8 characters per ticket. These tickets, soul tickets. You can multi-select for tickets. I'll show you guys that in a second as well. And the rest of the materials that you need to level up a character, jewels and crystals, is found here. Console Tree Bonanza. Okay, I know I sound weird if I say that, but it is what it is. So here you can actually go. There's only one difficulty to clear it, and you need to prepare for the quest. Now, of course, any quest in this game, you can actually check what items drop from it. As you'll see here, it is all crystals, jewels, Hogyoku Wills. Now we'll do one run here quickly to show you guys that this is really efficient. So clearance history, apply. I'll also give you guys a little bit of a tip of this. There's some units in the game that actually have an increase to jewel and crystal drops, like these guys here. And I will show you guys exactly what I mean by that when it comes to identifying what characters are good and what to use. So let's quickly run this. It is a very easy quest. I wouldn't recommend you do it with a level 1 character though. Level something up beforehand, and it will be a lot easier to do because these guys aren't, you know, level 1. They're actually, I think, like level 30. Yeah, there you go. So the quest is really simple. It's just run through, kill the enemies, and yeah, like anything else in this game, there's no real difficult objectives to do. In the beginning, there is some missions that require you to have like a 30 hit combo, and if your character is too strong, it is kind of difficult to do actually. But in this regard, there's no such thing. It's just kill them all. When I do mean 30 hit combos, it is for your gold stars. It's not an actual full-on, like, you need to do it, otherwise you'll fail the mission. So, mission is already done. It's really simple. It's really easy to do. And as you can see, it does reward you with everything you will ever need when it comes to leveling up your character in material-wise. It gives droplets, which is needed for 150 to 200. It gives jewels and crystals as well, which is needed from, you know, the level 50, not level 50, the 5-star level 1 to 100, and then the 6-star level 100 to 200 or 150. So this is pretty much, you get everything here. XP crystals, the works. It really is a one-stop shop for all of these. Now, the only thing you do not get here is a ridiculous amount of coin. So I will show you guys where to get that as well. When you go to power up quests, once again, the coin in this game goes very quickly. Leveling up characters and certain types of leveling actually eats through your coin very quickly. So 235 million is really not that much. So same page, you just scroll all the way down and here you will find the coin training ground. This is also a very quick event to do, or mission. And once again, if you have the correct characters, it gives you so much more coins. So I'm going to use the correct characters for this. I'm not saying mine is completely optimal, but this is a pretty correct setup. You can multi-select your tickets. So if I only wanted to do one run of this, or spend one ticket on it, I can select one ticket, but I always just do 10 tickets because, you know, this game is going to eat up so much of your time if you do not use multi-tickets. This game is a real time sink. So if you are serious about getting into this, just remember that you're going to need to sink in quite a bit of time into it. Now this quest is also extremely simple. All of the leveling and grinding quests are very simple to do. I will show you guys exactly what I mean by there is units that are made for certain things after this mission. Go. Now what I mean by there's certain units that excel at certain things. As you would expect from any gacha game, that is the attraction of actually getting characters. So you will see here, I actually, if the friggin' quest stuff gonna stop popping up. Okay, cool. Now normally you would get around about 16 mil, I think, if you do not have like an optimal setup. So because mine is optimal, well, almost optimal, I'm getting 43 mil every single time I run this, which is not bad at all. Now, with the whole leveling thing out of the way, you have step for step everything that you need to know when it comes to leveling your characters and how to identify which characters are new and which you actually need to use as fodder if you want to use your character as a ascension bonus for your character to get him like transcendence bonus rather, to get him like 2, 3, 4 of max transcendence. You can do that as well. I recommend you do that if you have duplicate characters. Transcendence is also only for 5 stars and 6 stars. You cannot do that on 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 stars. Now there is also a exception when it comes to this rule. There are certain characters in this game that you can buy with coin. Now these characters might look very alluring when you first come to the coin exchange. However, these characters are called raid characters. These 5 stars with the silver stars. They are called the raid characters. Why? Because in the past there were raids, okay? And there were character raids, and they rewarded you with these characters. Since then they have taken out the raids completely, these character raids, and just put them in the shop so you can buy them with coin. Now every single one of these, of course, if you max them out, you will get the soul orbs for them. However, these guys are not worth investing in. They are absolutely trash tier units. Absolutely trash. You cannot get them to 6 star. These guys are some of the worst units in this game. Okay, so do not bother leveling them up all the way. Just get your orbs and that's it. Do not invest anything more into them. But there's quite a bit of them. If I just scroll down, you guys can see there's a hell of a lot, and there's 4 stars variants of them as well. So all of these extremely good for soul orbs. Highly recommend you do it ASAP, getting them all maxed out. So how do you identify what is a good character and what is not a good character? So that is actually, thankfully, relatively simple. Now there are actually 4 types of characters in this game. Actually, no, there's 5, I would say. So there is your brave battle characters, which is technically PvP. However, you still fight against computer controlled opponents, but it's another player's setup that you're going against. Now I can't share it because I got relegated all the way back to 10th seat because I haven't played this game in like 3 months or something. But yeah, so there's brave battle characters, which I will show you guys now. So brave battle characters typically are NAD units. Now NAD is actually a word for normal attack damage characters. So I'll show you guys that in a second. When it comes to skills, actually, you know what, Renji is rather new. I'll go to him. Where is he? I don't have him. Here we go. Okay. So this is a brave battle character. How do I know that? Well, that's relatively simple. The first thing that you want to check for when it comes to brave battle characters is what is their main offensive trait, attack or SP. Well, in this case it is attack, so you immediately know his normal attack, in other words your X button if you're on console, A button if you're on Xbox, and then the biggest button basically on your attack screen is your normal attack. Okay, so that is his dominant way of actually dealing damage. You can see in the soul trait as well, normal attack damage plus 20%. Then you immediately know this unit is a NAD unit. Now there's also a ranged and a normal melee. Now in terms of that, you can't really see exactly. You need to play with the character. That is a very easy way to, of course, figure out if they're ranged or melee. But that doesn't make too much of a difference because there's some traits that actually help you define exactly what they are. And then damage taken is 16%. Now he is one of the exceptions because he has a dual soul trait as a non-resurrectable character. Resurrectables are the only units usually that have soul traits, double of them. But recently some special units have been given 2 to make them even more so special. Okay, so let's go over what is a brave battle character's really defining factors, okay? And it's going to be literally in these. You can see brave battles only, block power and technique, attribute boost and debuff. So here you can already see this is a brave battle character. Most of his skills are for brave battle, block, you know, brave battle persistence, etc, etc. You can go through the list. Everything here says it's a brave battle character. Now, how do I know this character is also a melee? Well, why NAD unit? He has flurry plus 2. That makes him a decent character overall even, due to the fact that he has flurry plus 2. What flurry does is, it increases the amount of hits his normal attack does. Now the counter for this, or not the right counter, the other side of the coin is called frenzy, and I'll show you guys that on a different character. So this is a clear way to see if a character is actually good. if it has Flurry plus 2 as a NAD, is generally pretty good. Now, also, luckily for Rangy over here, he also has Marauder. Now, there is a counterpart to this as well. That's called Sharpshooter. So Marauder basically means that in a normal just mission, not Brave Battles, but normal missions, his attacks cannot be blocked whatsoever. There's certain enemies in this game that block attacks. He can hit through their guard whatsoever. So he will always damage the enemy to full, basically. Now, Marauder, once again, is the melee version of Sharpshooter, which is the rain version. So that's a relatively good way to actually identify if the character is a normal melee or not. Here you can also see if they have a sword. Usually it's a normal melee. If it has like a different symbol, like a bow or something like that, it's ranged, but sometimes it's bugged and some things just don't overlap pretty well. So yeah, this is pretty much the best way to see is Flurry plus 2. Flurry plus 2 and Marauder. That is a very good indicator for a decent NAD unit. Now, that is a Brave Battle unit. Then you get your just general really damn good units. And these are the characters that you will be using the most. Now, I'm going to be using Grammy as an example, as he is probably the strongest character in the game currently. He is also an anniversary character for the 9th anniversary, and these are his stats. Now, once again, if you are unsure of what character is strong and what not, there are dozens of videos on YouTube putting them into a tier list, and they're pretty accurate for the most part. However, stuff like putting Kenpachi up into, I'll show you guys in a second, this Kenpachi up to double S tier because he's the strongest character in the game. I'm gonna tell you guys now, you're gonna be hating playing with this guy. He is, yes, he can do a lot of damage, but he just, it's not a fun character to play, okay? And that's just my opinion, of course, but yeah, it's not that good. Anyways, so Grammy over here, he is a SP character, a spiritual pressure character. In other words, the majority of his damage doesn't come from his X attack, but it comes from his square, triangle, and circle, and also his special move. Now, of course, there is a variety of ways to actually see and distinctify how this character has come to be. So a SP character is very easy spotted by normally the soul traits being strong attack damage or strong attack recharge. Now, once again, Grammy, special case, he's an anniversary character, so he has both, okay? So already, you know this guy's an SP character, okay? Through and through, this guy is for SP, but if you're still unsure, you can go to the list, and then you can see, once again, this symbols completely different than Renji's that I showed. He also has increased strong attack damage 70%, increased cooldown, like I said, or reduced cooldown. He also has Frenzy plus 3, so remember what I said, Frenzy is the counterpart to Flurry. Frenzy means your strong attacks hit more. In his case, once again, he is a anniversary character, so I'm using the most extreme example here, but Frenzy plus 3 on a character is just absolutely nuts. Okay, that's why he's the strongest character in the game. And then he also has Bombardment, in other words, his special move also hits another extra time, which is extremely strong. Then, of course, he has Sharpshooter as well. So you can clearly see this guy is strong through and through. Now, if you guys really want to decipher and surgically inspect everything on a character, go for it. Okay, if you're unsure about what a thing actually does, just Google it. It's gonna show you guys exactly what it does. It's not that hard. If you learn the names and you actually start to recognize the names, you guys will be in good shape for this game. Now, of course, once again, this is a extreme version of what is a good character because he's the best, okay? So, yeah, he's relatively up there. So, you have SP characters, like I said, which is ranged or melee SP. You can get melee SP as well, and the same with NAD characters. You can get ranged and melee. It sounds confusing, but you guys will see as you play the game how to distinctify those two. Now, there is some characters as well, which is a little bit more catered towards certain things. So meninas, swimsuit meninas. I hope I'm not gonna get demonetized to this, but anyways. So meninas is what you would call a potion character. She's a pot runner or spot. Now, spot is just a term for super potions. As you guys can see, she actually increases the amount of hard link slot potions and spot potions, okay? So it is a dead giveaway already what she specializes in. She specializes in farming potions. Link slot potions and super link slot potions. And also coins, as you guys can see there. So she has a relatively wide range of farming utility. And she has Frenzy +2. She has shared complete status immunity, which is massive, by the way. Increased damage to enemies not inflicted by a status ailment, which is phenomenal because it basically doubles your damage every single time. So yeah, it's just all around. She's a really, really good character. I cannot fault her. Although she is, you know, very difficult to get now because her banner is gone. So good luck for anybody wanting to get her. But yeah, so as you can see, dead giveaway, she is a farmer. Now, of course, all of these characters have their own little quirks and stuff like that. If you guys, once again, are really unsure about what a character does, come to the album. Please use the album. I do not know why people don't use the album. The album is a phenomenal thing to use if you are unsure. Okay, then, of course, you click on a character, all the skills on the album, it shows you exactly what the character will have when they are maxed out. No ifs, no buts, no wonders. It is exactly, everything is here to the T. So please be sure to use your album. And yeah, it's good. So there's also some people wondering, of course, how do I know if the character is actually good? Because some characters have Frenzy +2, but they're old as hell. Well, pretty much it's gonna be up to you playing with the character. There's certain characters like Gigio, this one over here, that may seem like a very good normal attack damage option, okay? And yeah, he's good, but you know, you only have 3 slots for a team that you take into a mission, so you're not going to be putting this guy in here. He only has Flurry +1. He has follow-up, but I mean, nobody's going to be using this guy's strong attacks to get a guy on the ground. So yeah, he's a very quick guy, fair enough, but that's about it, you know? So it is very much down to what characters, of course, you have available to you, and if you like the unit, I mean, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh, use him. He's still going to be able to dish out very decent damage with the correct setup. So you need to really play with the characters and see what they can do. But in terms of NAD units, they have been pretty much butchered, normal attack damage units. All of them have been changed into either Brave Battles or Guild Quest characters. Now, a Guild Quest character, a good example of that would be this guy here, I think. I think he's a good Guild Quest character example, isn't he? No, it's not him. 2 seconds, let me quickly think. You see, this is kind of difficult because I can't remember which is Guild Quest characters. Oh, him. Yeah, there we go. Yumichika. He's 100% a Guild Quest. Okay. So you will see some of these guys have Frenzy and Guild Quest +3. Normal Frenzy and +2. You know, if you look at the skill sheet, you will immediately be able to identify what characters are used in what activities. It's really that simple. There's no ifs, no buts, no wonders. Just be sure to double check and see what is in the banner that you're pulling for. So that is how you identify characters. That is how you level up characters. That is where you farm everything for your characters. Okay. Now I'm going to be going over something a little bit different. The achievement system. And this is going to be the last thing I actually cover in this video, because this video is 39 minutes long already. So the achievement system. This is a wonderful system that was implemented, I think, in April this year. So basically what this does is it gives you a bunch of tasks to complete. Now, every single one of these tasks, depending on the level, the rarity of them, these are bronze, so they only award 5 keys. Keys are a currency that you use for something. I'll show you guys that in a second. You see here, a gold one is worth 20 keys, silver one is used 10, and then I think a diamond one is 25 keys, I want to say. I can't exactly remember how much a diamond one is worth. 40, sorry. Clearly, I haven't played this game in a while. Anyway, so as you start your new account, I'm going to recommend you guys do this from the get-go. Check what you guys need to do for this. Why? Well, because of this. So you go to Brave bonuses. You see my keys there, 150. Here you can actually get stuff like, Link Slots and Transcendence. Now, these are the most important things in the game. By far, the most important. If you use your keys to power this up, you can select which one you want to power up. Of course, you can do everything if you have enough keys, which you will not in the beginning, but eventually you will. Then you can create certain materials and resources every single day. As you can see here, just for spending 5 tickets, I can claim all of these. I'll show you guys this now, because I've spent 5 tickets. This is what I can claim every single day, just by spending 5 tickets. And I'll do a little bit of a advanced video when it comes to these materials, but just know that these materials are some of the most important materials in the game. These, the golden scrolls, these, and the silver scrolls. They are some of the most important, and of course the attribute scrolls. Let me claim them, and I'll show you guys. There you go. That's everything I got for just spending 50, no, not even 50, sorry, my apologies. 5 tickets. Every single day I can get all of these. Now previously, these were limited to buy monthly and buy weekly. You can get these every single day, and you were not whatsoever going to get anywhere near this amount. This is insanely strong, insanely good, and I recommend that you guys use your keys on the scrolls and the potions. Don't waste your keys on coins. It's not worth it. When it comes to this, do the Link Transcendence things first. If you want to, you can pause the video and you can actually take a screenshot of it, because these are your most important ones to do first. Then it's going to be this one, the Super Link slot, and then from there I would say do them all evenly type of thing. Okay, that is by far your most important thing. Now once you have some stuff left over, and I do mean left over, you know, you maxed out pretty much all of them, blah blah blah, then you can go and get your 25 spirit orbs every single 7 days. Not every single day, that would be very nice, but it's not, etc, etc. You can improve a hell of a lot of things, but this one, Link Transcendence, is by far the most important page to get done. Trust me on this, you guys will not regret doing this. That is your most important one to get done. So yeah, that is pretty much the beginner's guide when it comes to this game. You guys know how to farm soul orbs. You guys know how to identify characters, new characters, and how to level them up. You guys know how to actually go into your album and identify the skills on a character. And you guys also know how to use the achievement system. Now that is going to be pretty much your bread and butter. That is going to be what you're going to be doing in the beginning of the game, to farm soul orbs, to get yourself into a state where you can pretty much just log on, do a couple of things, and log off. You want your account to be in a state where you don't need to actively farm things. You just can log on, do your normal daily stuff, and then log off again. So yeah, that's going to be all for this video. The next video will be a advanced version of this, where I will show you guys how to, well, not how to, but where to get link slot potions, super link slot potions, besides the achievement system and the scrolls as well, to fund getting your character from this normal level. So as you can see, there's varying levels. Level 200 there, that's just a normal level 200. Okay, nothing special has been done. Then you can get the red 200. In other words, his total link slot level is 30, because I've leveled him up. And then there's some characters which is a little bit more special, like this Chad, for instance. He is purple pink. But yeah, so as you can see, his level is purple. In other words, he is totally maxed out when it comes to his transcendence, as you can see. So that is something that I will add into the next video, so I can show you guys exactly how that is done, and like I said, where to farm it and what characters really to use it on, because there's certain characters that's worth it and certain characters that are not. In the beginning, you're not going to have that much resource just to throw around all the time. But yeah, so if you guys did find the video helpful, please remember to subscribe. It would really help me out a lot. And yeah, any questions, anything you guys want to know, please leave a comment. I will answer if I can, but most of the time I can. And yeah, Hope you all have a good one, and good luck, really. This game is amazing, but also RNG is a very cruel mistress, and that is why I've not played this game in like 3 months. But yeah, have a good day. Peace out.